shit again up, man. We going, man. We on our way up. Look, see the sign and shit. You see the road to the weed, man. Thought I was playing. Nigga, this shit ain't no motherfucking game.
We down with the people.
Down with the people, man. Not the people y'all down with. My people, black people, man. For my people, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. For our people, nigga. We want way the motherfucking Sanford, nigga. Try to get justice, nigga. For real.
The black eye. The revolution will be televised, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yep.
We want the real point of view.
I mean, you already know. You know what I'm saying? You come down here, motherfucking and straight up killed a little brother and shit, and ain't a motherfucker down here. So how the fuck you down here when it's shit to get the motherfucking second-degree murder charge on a nigga, but you ain't gonna come down here to be down here to make sure you influence the jury of all white people who all it takes is one of them to say that they don't think George did it, and guess what? The motherfucker walking. That's all it takes is one.
That's what I was telling them on the way here. All it takes is one for a mistrial.
You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, this is a sad state for black people, man. This let us know that all the motherfuckers is in positions of power on bullshit. You see what I'm saying? Because ain't a motherfucker gonna give you justice, you see? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get justice by motherfucking establishing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Demanding that motherfucking shit. Not coming down here hoping that these motherfuckers get that shit right. When a system of injustice can only do what it was created to do. Period. So at the end of the day, and all the motherfuckers know me personally, Reverend Al Sharpton, Reverend Jesse Jackson, Joseph Lowry, President Obama, you name them. You know what I'm saying? That's our problem right now, is that we putting our hope in one person instead of putting our motherfucking trust in the unity of us as a people. And what the fuck our numbers could do. Hey, bro, man, take a solution to the problem.
What that is you got in your hand, hold it up for the people to see.
Oh, man. What we're doing right now, we're making an SOS call to our community because we in critical condition. And usually an SOS call is made when shit get out of motherfucking control. You ain't got no more control, so before you lose every motherfucking thing, what you do? You send an SOS goddamn call. So the SOS call that we send it to our people is that we gotta save ourselves, period. Black people gotta save black people. Only black solutions for black problems. So we represent that Problem Solvers United PSU and that 10-10-50. What we do every month to give back to our community. Now what we're doing is taking 10-10-50 and making it work for us by getting our economics together. You see what I'm saying? Doing 10-10-50 every month as a group. No matter where we are in this country, all of us need to get down with performing 10-10-50 at a minimum, exercising our imani or our faith every 30 days. Studying with Problem Solvers University 10 hours a month, investing $10 a month in the Problem Solvers United Cooperative Corporation, a real estate investment group that's equally owned by everybody that's invested in it, and personally saving $50 a month at a black-owned financial institution in your state. So we came to Sanford, Florida, you know what I'm saying, to show love for Trayvon Martin and get a finger to all these sucker-ass motherfuckers down here talking about something they represent black people, and they ain't down here doing a damn thing. Got the microphone. Got the camera in front of them all the motherfucking time. See, there's a universal spiritual principle that says, to whom much is given, much is required. But in this sick-ass world we live in, to whom the least is given, the most is required. That's why we fucked in the game right now. Because the least among us ain't got no voice for us and ain't been taught how to organize, use our unity as power so we can gain control over what happens to us as a people. So now the Problem Solver is uniting 10,000 black folks in the state of Florida around the 10-10-50 saving ourselves plan. You either part of the solution or you are the motherfucking problem. Period.
Straight like that.
So I give thanks, you know what I'm saying? Steve Biko representing, just like our big brother in South Africa said, the most powerful weapon in the hands of any oppressor is the minds of those that they oppress. So black folk, we gotta free our mind. You know what I'm saying? Our behind's gonna follow. Gotta free your mind.
Yeah, the media out here. Everywhere. Everywhere the media out here. Guess what? Havnots Media out here too. I'm out here. People are here.
Justice for Trayvon. Justice for Trayvon.
Could have been anyone's son.
Could have been anybody's son.
Many asked why the new Black Panther Party came to Sanford. Well, now there's deciding this case. The question is, will it be decided today, tomorrow, or in a few hours? Of course, we're dealing with a man's life, and we respect that. But we also got to understand that a young black African-American male has lost his life. One of my colleagues pointed out to me on the way down that it's not the fact that George Zimmerman killed an African-American male, it was the fact that he was allowed to go free after he had murdered an African-American male. So the African-American community was up in arms. So the African-American community was up in arms. Not only up in arms, there was a lot of anger. So you saw a flyer that said, in this flyer, it very clearly stated, there's a bounty. You know it, you've seen it. There's a bounty that was issued for George Zimmerman. That bounty was issued because of the anger and because of the upsetness that was created in the black community.
In this country for 400 years, and America is pretending like the murder of an African by a white vigilante is something new. And that ain't nothing new. Because we live in a colonial society, just like South Africa was. We live in a colonial society as African people right here in this country. That's why we here demanding justice for Trayvon Martin. George Zimmerman just carried out the will of the colonial state in this country. He carried out the justice that America always carries out against African people. A justice of lynch mobs, murdering Indians. That's the kind of justice that America has always carried out against African people. And they pretending that an African can actually get justice in an American court. That's ridiculous.
What about OJ?
What about OJ? What about OJ? This is about George Zimmerman. This is about George Zimmerman. And brother George Zimmerman murdered Trayvon Martin. Did George Zimmerman get in his car, following this young African, and then murder him on the street? And we say that's what happened. But the media is trying to say it's about who was on top, who was on the bottom, whose voice is on the tape. Whether it's Trayvon Martin's voice on the tape, or whether it's George Zimmerman's voice on the tape, we say that's irrelevant. We say it's irrelevant. Because if you know the history of this country, it don't matter who was on top and who was on the bottom, because we always been on the bottom. Attacked by this country. So we ain't trying to figure out what happened yesterday or last year. What we trying to solve is a problem of American colonialism against African people in this country.
I'm just
absolutely
trying to do something about that.
Correct. And he should have been afraid.
Trying to support.
And from my standpoint,
from your
we
perspective,
believe every African in this country should be afraid, but not afraid in a way that's going to immobilize us, make us incapable of resisting U.S. colonial terror.
You know, and I want to make a change because
we don't just suffer from white vigilantes.
No, that's my law. But what's God's law? What's Jesus' law? Thou shalt not kill. One of the 10 commandments. Read it. Understand it. It's your mind that's messed up when you kill people. Maybe something wrong with his mind.
You think it was right that he killed him? Do you think that?
I don't know all the.
Do you think it was right that he killed him?
I know that if I was being
Do you think it was right that he killed him? Do you think it was right that he followed that man?
If I was being killed, I would.
You talking about you was being killed? I say, do you think it was right that he followed him? Do you think it? Yes, you. I say, do you think it was right that he killed him? He had to follow him to kill him. Do you think that was right to follow him and then kill him?
I wouldn't have personally followed him.
Okay then, well that's how we get here. All he had to do was not follow him, and then that man would have still been alive.
It wasn't illegal for.
All he had to, why wasn't? What you follow him for? Vigilante. Know what happened? That man flunked out of police academy, and he still wanted to be a cop. So he followed that man. He did.
I never heard of that.
Research. Do your research before you come out and just talk, man.
He flunked out of police.
Yes, man. He tried to be a police. He tried to be a police. He flunked out. He couldn't pass. He could not pass, so he went and he went and organized his own thing. He organized his own neighborhood watch because he thought he was a police, and then he hunted that man down and killed him in cold blood. That's the whole thing about it, man. Period. So my question is, do you think it was right for him to follow him and kill him after being warned by the police officers not to follow him?
I don't track like you. I don't track like you.
It's the same.
I wouldn't have followed
It's all the same.
I think it was
It's all the same. It's all the same.
Yes,
What you here for? Are you here for justice or are you just here for a story?
I'm here to cover both sides of the story. I'm not here, I'm unbiased.
So basically you just biased, but everything somebody say you have a rebuttal. A rebuttal question for him.
I ask follow-up questions. That's what a good journalist does.
Oh, so you just a journalist looking for a story. See me, I'm looking for the truth, so I'm gonna cut you.
He had something in his hands. Right here. What's lethal about these two?
I ain't never seen nobody get killed with an Arizona tea and a bag of Skittles.
Never. That's all he had in his hand.
What do you think about
This guy's son was killed from Stand Your Ground law. Y'all hear his story.
He's 24, mine's 21. Mine was a college student. He was tending bar at the time.
His son was killed from Stand Your Ground by a military man who said he was afraid for his life. How can that be?
He had 14 years of martial arts. He wasn't afraid of anybody.
Stand Your Ground law. Law, Bruce.
I mean, after the cops got him, he said, I was tired of him hitting me, so I took him out. That's saying I murdered him. And they let him go.
You understand? That's too good. We talk too good. We have good minds. That's what's wrong with us. We got very good.
You forgot you said we upping punks.
We very intelligent.
We upping punks to him.
Very intelligent.
And then we assholes. The Zimmerman.
Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice!
You hear okay?
Now! What do we want? Justice! Now! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! Justice for Trayvon Martin! Reparations now!
We out here. Told y'all we were going to do it, man. Havnots Media, nigga. City, the DVD, nigga. We waited in Sanford, trying to get justice on Trayvon Martin. Y'all see me on my motherfucker. Be back to the hood with my hoodie on, but yeah, man, we out here, man.
Only do what he created to do.
African people must stand your ground. Justice for Trayvon Martin.
Justice for Trayvon Martin. Justice for Trayvon Martin. My city, the DVD, man.
Capitalism is unfair. Capitalism is